Hey, Dr. Film here, and yes, I'm qualified to have that name. And today in this video, I'm taking a look at one of the most anticipated movies of this year, Joker 2. Or in this case, Joker Folie, Fafa. Now before we get into this, you should know that this review will contain some spoilers from the movie, but I promise I won't reveal any major spoilers for your sake. So with that being said, I thought Joaquin Phoenix did great playing Joker once again. The returning cast and newcomers did well with their roles, and as for Harley Quinzel, played by Lady Gaga, she was just a plot device to encourage Arthur Fleck to become more like Joker every day. I mean, the film does show us her backstory and such, but all she does in the movie is just encouraging Joker and singing all the time. And speaking of singing, I thought some of the musical numbers were quite enjoyable. Especially this one song where Joker is singing in this courtroom, and I thought that sequence was freaking gritty and fantastic. But on the other hand, most of the musical numbers in this movie can be a bit overwhelming sometimes. It's like this. Take Batman Arkham Knight for instance, where you play this game and then suddenly you find yourself driving the Batmobile, right? And as time goes by, that's where you'll find yourself thinking, okay, this is just too much. That's the equivalent of what I was feeling during this movie. There was just too many musical numbers.
You think?
Now granted, the cinematography looks fantastic, the production sets look aesthetically pleasing, the sound design was freaking hardcore, and the story was... where should I start? For one, Arthur Fleck acts like a victim as he did in the first film. He doesn't have any particular goals in mind. Furthermore, the pacing can be slow sometimes, and the idea for the story to focus solely on the whole trial for the Joker's crimes at first sounds intriguing, but as soon as we get sucked into it, the story felt strained, like the film isn't allowing any other direction to go to besides the courtroom. And last but certainly not least, the third act of this movie left me with this bad awful headache, and I didn't think it would be possible for a movie to do that. Now, to be fair, I did understand what they were trying to do with the story, but it completely unraveled everything that's happened in the first movie, especially the ending. Guys! The purpose of a sequel is to expand on the original work. A sequel that expands those original ideas while adding something new to the table. Unfortunately, in this case, this sequel is the complete opposite of that.
Hooray!
Overall, my friends, it's pretty clear at this point that this sequel was never needed. I'm serious. Who asked for a sequel to a movie that holds many different interpretations? Now, I'm not saying this movie was entirely bad or anything. There are some good qualities about this film that shouldn't be overlooked. But I'm afraid it's not enough to call this movie as great as the first film. If anything, this movie is pretty decent. Okay at best. They gave us what we wanted, but not what we needed. And with that in mind, I give Joker 2 a 7.5 out of 10.